Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meets Studios in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions. Shout out to Venus Lounge. Who else? Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Camouflage in the building, as always, my guy. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting with, a matter of fact, it's First Friday. Yeah. First Friday of spring. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. You'll get that at 3 in the morning. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting with my co-host to my left.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Farrell, a.k.a. Farrell Films.
And it's your boy, Camouflage Rail. I'm in the building.
And my name's Chris. I'm with One Kush.
Welcome to the show, bruh.
Welcome.
Yeah,
I
so...
don't see the lines. Y'all see?
Yeah, I see it. I'm on
it.
it.
We on it. Yeah, we're on it.
I had to refresh my screen.
Man, like I always say, man, our bank accounts increase tenfold, 11-fold, 13-fold if you could. So, welcome to the show. For those that may not know you, give us a brief rundown of who you are.
I'm just an entrepreneur, someone who has a lot of good ideas and names. I've been in business for quite some time. One of which is One Kush. Clothing is available for sale up in Studio 6 in Berkeley, 2390 Telegraph Ave. I also got a shop up in South Lake Tahoe, Vapery. Shout out to Terry up there. I'm also online at onekush.com, as well as at One Kush on TikTok and at the One Kush on Instagram.
Okay. So, man, wrong pipe. So tell, how did you get started in One Kush, and what is One Kush? I know you said it's a clothing line.
Yeah.
Let's take the origin story.
Origin story was I wanted to bring another clothing line that was kind of cannabis related to the masses, and the idea behind One Kush is one life, one love, one Kush, right?
Okay.
It's all about trying to bring something to the table that's a little different than everybody else, and that's what I'm trying to do. The clothing line has done very well so far. I've had it in a couple shops. One shop in Fremont sold out pretty quick. Another shop in the Valley sold out. I sold out like 60 shirts over a weekend.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah,
So that's one of your shirts right there, ain't it?
Yeah, this is one of the shirts right here.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, no pun intended. I said okay. You get that at 3 in the
So
morning.
how'd you come up with that logo? Tell us about.
It was just something that that I felt like, it was easy to do, right? Just take the two pieces of the word, put them together, okay, and it works. And the one thing that I've kind of done with, I have several projects going on at the same time. One thing that I've done is I've tried to trademark these names prior to me building these names.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll think of the name. If the .com is available, buy the .com. Get the social medias, make sure that they're at least within the general vicinity of the name.
Okay.
Then put out the trademark, put it in for the USPTO to try and see if that's going to be available before I start going forward with anything.
That's smart business. Y'all out there that's coming up with things, those are steps you should take, because you don't want to put something out there and then on the back end somebody come and be like, hey, your shit's similar. Cease and desist.
When you jump into the business world, that is one of the things that you see so many people don't take those basic steps at the beginning, and it comes back later and haunts them, or they end up in a big legal fight, or it ends up things. So,
And you can have a genuine great idea that you generally didn't bite off nobody, but it's like, your shit is damn near like my shit.
Yeah.
like what's this cat, the dude, the OG dude, the meat
Tenderness.
falling off, falling off the bone. That could have easily been disastrous to him
Yeah.
due to the fact that he was operating just on love and handshakes.
Yeah.
And somebody else was operating with paperwork. And
So you had some of them legal fights. So what kind of?
So the same time, November of 21, I filed 4 trademarks at that time. I filed the Digit 1 Kush, ONE Kush, and I also filed Kush Kind and Kind Kush. And what happens in the trademark courts is your information will get put in to the USPTO. It takes some time for the lawyers of the courts or of the administration of the USPTO to review and see if it steps on anybody else's names. Now, if it doesn't step on anybody else's name, then they give you the allowance pending a 30-day rebuttal period. When that 30-day rebuttal period comes up and it's over with, now it's yours. Now, for Kush Kind and Kind Kush, that's another project I'm working on. I ended up getting a call from a very large conglomerate, a very big candy company, and they were saying that I was stepping on their name, and originally they were possibly willing to maybe offer me something, but I was just like, no, I'm not willing to sell. I'm not going to do it. So it ended up being that I had to fight them in trademark courts for 3 years. And this is a huge $90 billion company.
He can't say that now.
Yeah, well, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want no repercussions.
Yeah, and that was one thing he expressed.
Blow our lights out, but yeah, y'all.
Shit. So niggas don't be out there talking about, oh man, he woofing. No, he just can't.
Yeah,
when you
legal
battles, you can't really just broadcast what's going on.
But I ended up beating them. Even though it took me 3 years in courts.
That's the lawyer fees is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
33 1/3.
Yeah, it's not cheap. That pushed back me releasing any clothing for One Kush because I'm only one guy, right? And so when I finally beat them, I was able to put some money forward and start really trying to push One Kush and get that going forward.
Okay. Hey, congratulations! Like I said earlier, the David versus Goliath.
Thank you.
Like the movie I showed you, me and him was talking about this earlier. I said like the old school movie, no batteries included.
But what did you think? Yeah, that was one of my joints right there. So what did you when you got noticed that your idea was along the same line as such a big company? Was that like what was the feeling? Was you like intimidated by it, or was you like mad by it, or what?
I was upset that they were coming at me in that manner, honestly. But in the same token, I was like, well, this is actually kind of a positive thing because clearly I'm knocking on the right doors with some of these names, right? And so if someone is willing to fight you to prevent you from using your name, then you're onto something good, and just it was more fuel for me to keep going, and gave me a little reassurance that my ideas are actually worth something.
Right path.
Yeah.
We have a friend who was in a similar situation with the NFL.
Really?
And they sent the NFL played so dirty. Not only did they send squads of lawyers, they also sent people that was here in the community that was slightly offended, like casually having conversations with him about and saying, hey, that's you might as well let them absorb you. Right. So he was like, Jesus Christ, they took the time. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billions on top of billions. And they literally took the time to talk to team hanger-ons that be around to have them also be like, why waste time? You know what? Even though you're going to lose, let's throw you a little something so you feel better about yourself. And they're still fighting, but the stress, when you look up and you look like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I am fighting one of the biggest entities.
Yeah.
Like in there.
Like a $1 billion entity. We're working on $1 million. Yeah. At least I am. Yeah. And these guys are
working
on multi-billions, thousands of millions.
Yeah.
The fact that y'all even had a guy
come
to
talk
even
to
go and be like, hey, man, go write this guy a letter.
if I'm on your radar and you that far ahead of me when it comes to these commas, I must be doing something good.
Right. Yeah.
And here's the thing. A lot of us don't have the longevity monetarily to withstand that fucking storm, because remember, we talking about long money versus right now money.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's not put the 2 on the 10. We may be a little further than a lot of people, but a lot when it comes to going against them motherfuckers,
Right.
all of us have right now money.
Right.
My folks had to battle HBO and Don King back in the days, and he had a righteous case. I mean, they really did steal from him pretty blatantly.
Right.
And every time he won, they would appeal.
Yeah.
Until he literally
money.
he just ran out of dough.
And that's what happened.
And then they threw him
a lot of times.
They threw him a pittance. Like they were supposed to give him $1 million, and they paid him $70,000.
They say, nigga, take some white Hennessy and a coconut and shut the fuck up.
And then after 7 years, he had to basically settle for lawyer fees and
that's the cold game.
Yeah.
Long money.
So
the pen is mightier than the sword.
Cold part about it is that HBO wasn't really too involved in it.
Right.
They were like peripheral, but because their name kept coming up, they started throwing lawyers at shit too. So it was like,
hey, make sure this shit don't fall back on us. Hey, Tito!
And he really was.
Yeah.
He was righteous. He really did get cheated.
Yeah.
And after, like I said, about 7 years, he got $100,000, and his lawyers made Lord knows what.
33 and a third at a minimum.
Yeah.
And he never got another title shot. He was froze out. He thought about filing an antitrust suit because, Showtime, everybody was colluding, but he was like, man, I can't even hire a pro bono lawyer. I can't even hire a free lawyer.
You gotta have, that's long money is long
now
money.
he's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Oh, he made millions. No, he didn't make millions. He made millions on paper.
Right.
The actual checks they got to him was less than 10% of what he was supposed to get.
The boss eat last.
Yeah.
Hey, so on your clothing line, you got what you working with? You do just male clothing, or do you do
so
male and female? Or
right now I'm actually like I said, when I think of a name, when I think of create an idea, I do the proper steps. Get the .com, get the social medias, file the trademarks. Last August, I filed for a. This is, of course, kind of one Kush is kind of a male clothing line of sorts. It's 420 related. But last August, I filed for Be Sexy, Be Free in trademark courts. After I sold up the socials and .coms and everything else. Because of the shutdown that we had last year, the government shutdown, it put everything back 4.5 months. So I didn't get the final approval until like last month that it went through the 30-day period and there was no objections. So now I've got my first draft of the logos done, going into my second draft of the logos, and by summer I should have a female clothing line ready to go.
You start branding your cattle now.
Yes.
Hey, we got models for you too.
Yeah, we do.
Now it seems like you have a specific methodology to launching something.
Yes.
Is this something that you learned through trial and error, or did you go to business school, or were you just always a guy who jumped off the porch?
I had more of that, right? Like I back in the 90s, back then everybody was talking about, if you buy .com, everybody knows of the instance where someone bought like Pepsi.com and sold it for like $1 million, right? So when I got older, when I was out of high school and whatnot, I started buying .com, started buying catchy, clever names. The shorter, the better, and my thing is that, I never wanted to be put into a position to where I was familiar with how people get their names taken from them and whatnot, and so that's why.
There was a dude who snatched Google.
Yeah.
I think he ended up selling it to him for like $2,000 because he was really just being funny.
Yeah.
You know.
He should have did more.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, no, that was his thing. He was just teaching them a lesson. On,
Yeah, because it expired.
Yeah, being careless. Yeah.
Their
He
names
wasn't really
expired.
trying to come up. It was sort of like if I was a
gotcha.
dirty person, I could dog you.
Yeah.
He didn't want to come over in the river.
That part.
But
Tech
yeah.
bros wouldn't kill anybody for money. Come on. Tech bros are the innovators that are going to save humanity.
Yeah, right.
With the exploding microphones. But yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I've done it. You know, I've kind of been in the computer tech geek kind of world for a while. I've done a lot of parties way back in the early 2000s and whatnot. I got my name out there pretty big on some other parties and whatnot. And so this is like kind of my second run at going about things.
So you're already prepared for when the groupies and the gold diggers come.
Oh, yeah.
You've already been on the scene.
Yeah.
Now, you say that, when you were in high school and this and that. What area did you grow up in?
I grew up in Union City, Logan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so
I was going to say, because you were having conversations you were having conversations that a kid in North Richmond probably wasn't having.
No. Me and this guy, we
So-
played youth football together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you a Logan guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I once dropped 38 on Logan. But,
Oh, okay.
But I'm not here to brag.
Okay.
Nobody there could guard me. Nobody in the OOM could guard me. Then and now. But, well, maybe now. But being so close to Silicon Valley and being in that, this was basically a natural progression for you.
In a sense, yeah. Yeah, my step pops, he was, building computers and stuff. He worked in a tech company and whatnot. And I would help him set up networks for computer learning for corporations. And
So
like
you
Marin
had
and
a
whatnot.
set case of actual learning and an entrepreneurial spirit,
Yes.
and that came together,
Yes.
and here we are.
Here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So what other stuff you working on? Is that, I know you be having your hands in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of other projects that I can't really speak on right now,
Okay.
just because I got to finalize a couple things, and then I can kind of talk about it. But yeah, it's going to be moving.
You got a team of lawyers on retainer?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Don't discount having legal representation. You know what I'm saying?
They come in handy.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he has an associate, and I recently had to get a contract notarized, and they said, "Did you have a lawyer look at this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that fucking be over anyway." So,
Shout out to my people.
and they were like, "I don't even want to notarize this because you sound like a madman." I'm like, "Man, hey, this was already a no Vaseline situation."
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
My people.
It was basically, you get a bad hand, so you say, "Fuck it," you just throwing the hand in.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, play this ain't play. I'm fucked. So let's redeal the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, my people was like, hey.
But the person that was notarizing for me was like, "Are you a madman?" So, kids, here's an example. You could be like me, a madman with no lawyer, or you could be like my man Chris.
Yeah.
Always get you some type of legal representation. In fact, what's this boy right now that's just all over the news? What's the rapper?
Oh,
He's all over. No, he's all over the news. Pooh Shiesty.
Oh.
Right.
That's a
You
wrap.
know. But part of that thing is that the whole thing is he got signed to a bunk contract.
Right.
But he really thought that he was gonna go in and put a gun to the man's head and make the man sign the release.
And then rob him.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, Pooh, I'm pretty sure Gucci Mane's contracts are so boilerplate and so fucked up that if you actually went and got an attorney, he could have got you out of there but now you're headed back to even if you get out the contract, you're going to be in the feds. You just did 5-6 years in the feds.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be out for a minute.
Don't get an AK.
No.
Get a lawyer.
Get you
Get
a
a
lawyer.
lawyer. Yeah, that'd have been a better bet.
Get you somebody that went to school
Right.
that completed the assignment.
Right.
That will
See,
sit
when you're
down and say,
100%
hey.
confident your shit is gonna work, you set it up, you get a lawyer,
Right.
you do that.
Right.
See, when you willy-nilly like me, you set it up, hope it blow up, then you get a lawyer.
Now I also
I ain't
know,
gonna
though,
lie, I need to swear, I gotta
Sometimes-
keep good conversation.
Now I understand being in boxing and for so long and being in the music business, there are people who will present contracts to you and will be like,
This is it.
Sign this
and
shit
if you
right
say,
now.
I want somebody to look this over,
Nah, they snatch.
There go the contract.
And that tells you something about them.
yeah. But you're so desperate to get on.
I get it.
People are so desperate to get on. But if you got faith and belief in your talent, then don't let, because if a person doesn't want you
Remember?
to review the contract, you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Master P said, I remember, he said they offered him, because remember his grandfather left him some money.
Mm-hmm.
And the company offered him, I want to say $1 million back then, I think it was. And he was like, if you offered me $1 million, that means my shit is at least 10 times that.
Right.
And he bet on himself.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this. I ain't saying Master P is the greatest rapper. He's not. Or Silk Shocker is definitely the fuck not. But what that man did,
Yeah.
as far as
Business-wise.
creating
Big
business,
arts.
Business-wise, yeah.
and exactly that, he bet on himself and went and did some shit.
Yeah.
Not gonna be wrong. He took his whole influence from here
Here.
Mm-hmm.
and did it. But that's what the game is do. You
Yeah.
come absorb and you build your own. You take
Yeah.
some, you leave some.
But, and here's the but to it, like I said, the belief in yourself. I don't know if you want to call it charisma or whatever, but there's not too many. Remember I said Steve Jobs had this delusional, where he would be so delusional that he'd tell people to invent shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master P is also cut from that cloth.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
the average person would have took the $1 million.
Yeah.
A dude like Master P is so, he got just something about him that he so believes in himself
He's like, hold on.
that he would have bet on himself. The average person doesn't have the cojones.
Right.
And also the average person, if they do bet on themselves, will get afraid out there or might not do everything possible and end up looking back like, fuck, I should have took the $1 million. So if you are going to bet on yourself, if you're going to believe in yourself,
500,000.
Follow through.
And then if you would have went 5 more feet, like
Right.
there's the meme that show it's the ground and it's a carrot, a big carrot and a small carrot.
Yeah.
The small carrot got the big leaves,
Yeah.
and the motherfucker grabbing it like, yo, I'm finna have some shit.
Right.
But it's a motherfucker that got the carrot, the small leaves, and it's a big ass carrot.
Yeah.
Like, just take
see,
a little
the thing
longer.
is y'all all went to good schools.
Yeah.
So it's the Ponce de Leon theory.
Right.
And for those y'all who don't know, Ponce de Leon was a conquistador who was looking for 7 cities of gold.
Right.
His men was bitching because it was so
We
Ponce
tired.
burned the ships.
Yeah.
We want bitches.
The reason why he burnt the ships is there ain't no way for us to get back home to Spain.
Right.
So
Fuck
we
it.
gotta make it happen now.
Yeah.
We own it. Nah,
If
ain't
you
no
ain't
bitch.
willing to, because some people give themselves an escape
Right.
route
Yeah.
or another option and this and that. If you're not prepared to burn the ships,
He
like,
said, "Motherfucker,
we're
I'm
never,
putting this
we're-
all
unless we
right now."
prosper, unless we figure out a way to prosper, we're gonna die because
Yeah.
we don't have a way back home.
Yeah.
If you don't got that mentality, then take the $1 million.
Yeah.
And
Take
hopefully,
the $1 million.
Right.
and hopefully you make something out of that $1 million.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of people, entertainers, artists, eccentrics, everybody that's left a lot of money on the table with hella talent.
Everybody I know that got a hold to the $1 million. We was drinking champagne by the cat. We was drinking a $40 bottle of champagne from Costco. We spending $900 in the club, the Rolex,
I
the
ain't never,
jewelry.
I ain't did
the,
that club shit.
the,
the bottles, I can't do that.
But I'm just saying though,
Yeah, I
that
know what you're
everybody I
saying.
know that took the $1 million, the $1 million was gone.
Gone
Gone.
in a minute,
Yeah.
in a
Real
New
quick.
York City minute.
Real quick.
Like like, nigga, I gotta have everybody on the block and the triple fat goose. And nigga, I'm gonna fuck my PE teacher, nigga. She didn't cut me. She didn't give me an F in PE, nigga. She owned. We all winning.
And cold part about it is that you'd have dudes like P sitting there like, damn, this fool blowing all his money.
Yeah.
While I'm
Right.
Helping him blow all his money.
Drink it up.
Rounds on you.
Have fun.
In fact, rounds on you when you're not even there.
Right.
Hey, we calling you. You at home.
Right,
Hey,
right.
man, they up here tripping.
Right.
Tell
Hey,
him
he
who
say
it
when
is.
he come up and he
You
gonna
gonna take care of it.
Got it. We all on, nigga. You
That's
ain't
how
on.
cold the game is, and that's the thing though is that one of the things. I don't know how old you are, but you said earlier that you had promoted and you had did some things.
Yeah.
A lot of people look down on the nightlife and this and that, but
Yeah.
you can actually, especially when you're a younger person, if you go to the nightlife, you can really learn about human nature.
Yes.
You can learn about what people will and won't do, especially if they think you got the bag.
Right.
Then you'll see how people will treat their own friends
Exactly.
next to who they think is the man or who the light is on.
Like you said, think about it. I mean, let's really break this shit down. Y'all
Yeah.
ready? This is 3 a.m. shit. Think about it. Whoever the fuck was the first person to come with, let's call it the square.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, I'm a square right now. This building is a square.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the square. Whoever said, okay, I got a square, 4 90-degree angles. I'm gonna put 4 90-degree angles sections
Mm-hmm.
in this place where everybody coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna put this spot here. I'm gonna put a spot there. I'm gonna
Right.
put a spot there. I'm gonna put a spot there. You can go in the middle into these other sections and pay regular prices. But if you want to be at these 90-degree angles,
Yeah.
you gotta pay
Premium.
7 times the price
Premium.
for a loofah and a chase lounge and a carafe of cranberry juice and a bottle.
Right.
And at 1:30, there's a goon throwing you out the door.
Right.
Exactly.
Gone.
Whoever, and I mean for real though, ingenious. When I say it's a thin line between genius and insane. Whoever thought of that shit,
Yeah.
damn, I hope we
People
relate.
used to take it even
Am I in
further.
the wheel?
I remember
I
we used to go down to LA and there was this club, this Roxy, and there was the Glam Slam and stuff like that. And you'd have to pay extra to get the VIP, right?
Wristband, yeah.
And then you go in the VIP, and then you look, and there's Magic and all the dudes with Lakers. They go into this other room. Like, what's that?
Right,
They
where's
just
the
say,
other room?
oh, that's the VIP.
Yeah.
You're no longer happy
Yeah.
in the VIP because there's another
You're like,
room,
nigga, wait a minute.
VIP.
Up
So
there.
next thing you know,
Like, nigga,
well, how much?
there's extra cheese on the nachos?
VIP. And now you,
What I gotta do?
because
Yeah.
being a young man,
Give me your
thinking that you
motherfucking
having it,
bravado.
Yeah.
and
Oh, man.
we're here in this club, and like you said, and somebody comes and puts a red velvet
red
rope around there and says,
Yeah.
This
that-
is premium location.
I now no longer can enjoy myself right
I'm
here
looking-
because I have to be
I'm
Behind
listening to the
that
same
rope.
music,
Yeah.
looking at you on the other side of the velvet
Same
rope.
music.
but I'm miserable because I see you. You're over there on the other
Velvet
side
rope.
of the other rope, and I'm sitting here like, fuck,
And-
I gotta get
and-
there. And if my
yeah.
money is doing
Yeah.
bad, I'll literally leave out the club and dedicate my life to getting my money up to
Yeah.
get behind
Yeah.
the rope.
But
Yeah.
here's this the crazy
Yeah.
shit though. You on that side of the rope, I'm on this side of the rope.
Yeah.
I can go to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
buy 5 drinks
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
at a 6% markup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You go buy 5 drinks, 200% markup.
Yeah.
But you're the guy.
You're the guy.
Everybody wants to be the guy.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to be the fella.
I ain't gonna lie.
You'll
I'm
get that
sat
at
the
3 in the
club
morning.
miserable because I gotta
I'm
get
sorry.
my weight up because I have to be behind that rope.
Yeah.
I have the
to be
same
there.
bottle.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably have a better bottle.
Yeah.
I did not. I had no idea.
But what they say, a fool and his money
I
is
so
soon
yeah.
parted.
parted.
Yeah.
I know I have a better bottle.
Every time.
My alcohol collection is motherfucking extensive.
But if
I'm
you're an
just saying.
observational type person, those
Can you
type of
imagine?
experiences, if you're a younger person and you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, this and that, you got to get out the house.
Can you imagine?
You got to go, even if you don't be a fool and go blow your money in the club like me,
Imagine.
go out, meet people, talk to people, find out what people like, what they
Imagine
check,
VIP
what's
in
going
the
on.
60s, in the 70s, and the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers is in the VIP lounge with E and J.
So
Small
45.
liquor. Oh, you feel? You know what I'm? Could you imagine? Like, wait a minute,
But they were so practical back
nigga, we
then.
over here off this right now, nigga. We over here off this right now, bro.
I don't know if there's like they're younger, but I can't imagine my dad, because he was a man with much more common sense than me. I can't imagine him standing there and somebody saying, so I got to pay triple to stand on that side?
Another velvet rope.
Right.
Hey, who's this guy doing coke? I can imagine. But now he gave birth to somebody
now-
who'll be like,
And remember, now
Hey,
you got the
T,
chicks
put it
that
on my
come through
card. I gotta be over there.
with the sparklers,
Sparklers
with
and
the
sign.
sparklers,
And
and the sign that say, "We got it."
Yeah, yeah.
No, nigga.
Extra
No,
attention.
motherfucker. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, I was always the one that got to the club at like 11, and then I was there just to find the after party.
right. But it is the club is a good training ground on one knowing how to deal, because unfortunately I see a lot of people that come from sheltered existence, like the pro athletes,
Yeah.
who are their family beat the girls away with a stick all through high school,
Get away from my
college,
son.
and now suddenly they are literally with unimaginable. They're in their 20s. They have unimaginable money, and
a plethora of
gold
poontang.
diggers who
Yeah.
are literally 15 years older than them are putting their clutches in there.
Yeah.
Hey, I make
Yeah.
hot water cornbread fresh from scratch.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Come get. You want some oxtail gravy, baby? I got you.
And that's a great idea somebody should do. Somebody should do, because you got all these podcasts and books and stuff like that to tell you how to get to the money,
Show
how to
them
be an
how to get to the
entrepreneur,
kitchen.
this
Right.
and that. But one thing you bring up Master P again. One time what Master P said was, they don't show you how to hold on to the money.
Right.
So a lot of people saying, do this, do that, you can get to the money, you can be this entrepreneur, this and that, but how to hold on to the money, or how to deal with, like, I grew up in a family where in my early 20s, I wasn't filthy rich, but I had managed to get a hold to a little money, and I was the first motherfucker in the whole, on both maternal and paternal, to ever have anything resembling the bag.
Doing it.
And even to this day, some motherfuckers treat me different.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and let me tell you something. Good thing I didn't become a multimillionaire, because I was woefully unprepared.
Right.
I would have self-destructed. I'd be just a memory right now if I'd have really got to the bag. But
We thank God for the
For not
blessings
being
that He's given
successful.
us
Yes.
and the things that she didn't give us.
Exactly.
it takes a certain amount of discernment to know that
Can you imagine?
because that's one of the aspects. Being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
your mind works a certain way,
Yes.
business and that,
Yeah.
but that other aspect, when you get it, what steps do you take to hold on to it?
Yeah, I mean that's key. I keep my circle very small. Right, there's very few people I let into my life. Females, I'm single. Females included. Like
Well, they always looking.
they're always looking, and for me, you said I'm 48. I'll be 49 this year,
Okay.
and I feel like
Get
I'm,
that 50, come holler. We
Mm-hmm.
don't hold
We almost
it down
there.
for you when you get 50, man.
We'll let you in.
Yeah, come to the club.
but like
Beautiful over here.
I feel like, I do, I got my investments here and there, this, that, and the other. I put away and whatnot. But I really feel like the reason why I'm going hard right now, with all my ideas and whatnot is I'm looking at life, the big picture. Right, I'm 49. I'm gonna be 49 in July.
Salute.
So I'm sitting,
48 plus 1. We don't say that number around here. You do.
Okay.
We don't say that number
Yeah,
around
I
here.
got you. But yeah, I'm looking at the later stage in my life, and I'm like, so what, man? Like, I got another 25 years if I'm lucky, you know. So either, you know, excuse my language, I got to shit or get off the pot, man.
25 if healthy.
If you're healthy,
Because you can have another 25 and it just be fucking absolutely miserable.
Yeah,
Crippled in your right arm, stroke, memory going.
That part. And so, you know, like that's really why, like, right now I'm really on the grind, really hustling hard, really trying to get all these different names. Like I said, I got over 200.coms I'm sitting on right now.
Gee, that's what.
And I'm trying to develop each and every single one of them, and they're in wide varieties of
now,
genres.
do you have a team or you're a one-man operation?
I'm one man. Well, I do have a team as far as, like, a shout out to Sticker Farmer. They do all my digital graphics, art, design, all of that. They've helped me with, you know, trademarks and this, that, and the other.
Info.
And then,
well, in regards to the vision and what direction the company is going, you don't do no committee. It's you.
It's me.
So the buck stops with you.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I do reach out to certain family and friends. And, like, there's this one project I have. I'm at Animated Blunts Everywhere. It's a digital, like, NFT style thing going on. And, like, I'll reach out to other individuals that I'm friends with and be like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Okay,
because,
kind of bounce. Iron sharpens iron.
And the same thing with this female clothing line, right? Like, I got a lot of connections with the clothing and this, that, and the other, but it's like, I'm a male, right? Like, what do I know what's going to be right for females? So I bounce a lot of, like, the clothing ideas off a lot of my female friends and, you know, aunts and cousins and whatnot to try and get their opinion. What do you think looks good? How is this going to wear on you? Whether it's, you know, some lingerie or something like that. What about what feels best on you? You know, and then I'll give them some samples of some clothing or whatever. And then, you know, like I said, the buck stops with me, but I try to use my contacts and individuals that kind of help me along with the vision, because, you know, I'm only one person. You know, one of my friends, he passed a while ago. His name's Alan DeClue. He left me this great quote before he passed. He said, "Chris, cultivate your contacts." It's like, that's all you got to do. If you just cultivate your contacts, keep with your vision, everything's going to play out. And I think that's a good, you know, saying to, you know, for people to, if you are going to be an entrepreneur, you know, cultivate your contacts, because it's the people that that are beside you. It's the people that you have as friends and family, that if you can rely on them for some honest, constructive criticism, and that's what I really look for, is the constructive criticism. You know, but having those contacts, and maybe it's a friend that is in some other business or something, and it may not even have anything to do with what you're doing, but if you cultivate that contact,
man, and everybody here, really, it's like you talk to so many people, man, and they just be talking about nonsense, big asses, and you know, money and this, that, and the other, with no direction, or just partying for no reason, like not having a show or nothing, and just random shit, and then talking to somebody who's like, when they hit you, you know, of course the family aspect is always there, but it's usually the quick calls or texts is about getting some money, getting some bread, who we having on the show, what we doing. Like, that's what my contact world is like, and that's something that I messed up on younger in life too. So for all you young guys, man, cultivate your contacts, man. It can take you bigger places. For sure. The right contacts.
Your network, your circle, really your square,
your circumference, your fuck it, you gotta take it old school. Get your abacus better be on point.
Surround yourself by people who's trying to do something. You know, not necessarily the same thing you do, like he said, but just, you know, surround yourself by people that's busy, man.
Right, everybody doing something, because
bro, if you ain't busy, man, it's chances are we ain't
slow feet.
Slow
feet
at
don't
this
eat.
point in my life.
Exactly.
Now, Chris.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about the wins.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when there's a loss? Some people can brush them off easily.
Yeah.
Last time I last time I took a major loss on business, I was a mad motherfucker for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And was
Man.
even leery about, even though I have every tool at my disposal,
Yeah.
I damn near didn't even want to jump back on the horse. But I see some people are able to be like, it's nothing.
Well, the way I look at things, especially when it comes to
You
something,
meditate or something, or what do you do?
nah, I just got a different like outlook on life to where like where some people think of it as a loss, I think of it as just a lesson. I think it is a stepping stone, right? If something doesn't go my way, if something doesn't work out, I have an inner dialogue where I don't believe in losses. I just believe in lessons, and that's it. You know,
Delayed, not denied.
Now, is there a school of philosophy or a book or something that you got there from, or that's just
you know, I'll be honest with you. A
Or just
lot
life
of
experience?
no, a lot. I used to carry books of The Prince by Machiavelli, and that if you read it, it's old English style
You gotta
stuff, but you know, there's a lot of the ideas and philosophies in there to where it'll make you look at yourself, especially with business, and that book specifically dealt with like a lot of governmental congressional type stuff, but it'll also help you look at yourself and be like, okay, I don't need to necessarily be that serious about things. It's got to be water off a duck's back, right? You can't.
Wait, who says that?
I heard it the time or two.
Oh,
I just can't recall at this moment where I heard it, but I definitely heard it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right here in this room.
But I think sometimes you could have that attitude, but sometimes I done been through things where your good hard earned money ends up like that, and then that's like, you know, you get to thinking about how hard you work for that,
True.
for it to go that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's like for
It's
me,
emotional. I would
it's
say
hard
this.
for me to have them water off a duck's back. Shit, I'd be
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
water off
this.
a cat's back, but
Like a
ready to
gremlin.
run, yeah,
The
ready to
thing-
multiply.
The thing is, and this is a double-edged sword,
Right.
and it can go into. I'm gonna lightly say narcissistic, but I don't mean on that spectrum. You have to remove the feeling, the emotions of things. And one of the greatest things I ever got told from one of my mentors, you take your feelings, you put them in your back pocket, and you sit on them.
Yeah.
Because the industry, the game, life, don't give a fuck about your feelings.
No, it don't.
And don't get me wrong, there is a point where we have to be in touch with our feelings. Yes, true. And that's the double. You gotta navigate this shit. You gotta know when to be on the left foot. You gotta know when to step out on the right foot. You gotta know when you gotta know how to motherfucking. And don't do the fan shit, but you know what I'm saying. But you gotta know how to pivot, and that's paramount to a lot of this shit because we take pride in our accomplishments, the shit we took time and effort to build wholeheartedly. So I get that. I understand that. I get it. And sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes you're the fucking windshield. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I get it. As wrong as that's fucked up. And that, no, I've been on both sides of this situation in life forever. And the thing about it is, we will probably be on both sides of this shit forever. You have to understand and really train yourself to, like you said, take it as a lesson. Don't get me wrong. Shit stings.
Yeah.
It shit stings.
Oh yeah.
And don't let social media, don't let your partners by the cooler, your coworkers,
Right.
don't let your set of friends who, if you show some weakness, you know, it's like piranhas with a drop of blood in the water. They get, there's nothing wrong with crying in the car. There's nothing wrong with licking your wounds. There's nothing wrong with going back in the cubbyhole and coming back re-energized. You should call that a power nap back in the day.
Yeah.
I
There's
fully
nothing wrong
agree
with that.
with you when you say about putting your feelings in your pocket.
You have to.
Me, however, and this the contradiction in terms of my personality.
Yes.
I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've literally always had a problem actually doing that in my life.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I do win, I probably don't celebrate enough.
Mm-hmm.
But when I lose,
I'm mad.
Jesus
Motherfucker.
Christ.
Yeah.
There's no one around me who doesn't know that, okay, dude in his feelings right now and stuff. So I always admire people who are able to shrug things off. Or who are able to, I got knocked down, I'm going to get back up and get at it. Now, I always eventually get back up because in this life you have to get up, but I might sometimes take a couple seconds longer laying on the canvas, licking my wounds, so to speak, and stuff. And I always feel that I would be so much more successful or so much further along if I had a better ability to take my feelings and put them in my pocket. So that's why I said, well, man, is this just something in you? Did you read some books or something? Like, come on, baby, give me the game.
I mean, I don't know, and I think this goes back to even like playing football.
Mm-hmm.
And football was a time for
you get him the next play.
A
good coach.
Football was a time for me to release aggression.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized,
come across the middle if you want to.
yeah, that part. But I realized that I had to keep that there, right? And
he
so,
was the hardest hitter on the team.
Yeah.
So even as a young person, you had the ability to compartmentalize
yes
things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And hey, like I said, getting in control of your feelings or getting in control of, even if not just in control of your feelings, but getting in control of how you react to things and how you let things affect can really affect the bottom line.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like you related to sports, as a catcher, as a center field, right fielder, and as a DB, you have to have the shortest memory.
Yeah.
Shortest memory. You have to get over because the next pitch is coming.
Yeah.
Whether you're ready or not.
I didn't throw the motherfucker out at third. I'm mad than a motherfucker.
Yeah, nah.
That shit don't matter.
Right.
My pitcher is ready to throw me the ball again.
Right.
And what he's going to throw is depending on how I feel on the game. If I can fuck this shit up. As a center fielder, I gunned that shit. I had this motherfucker. I still got to get out there and do some Kenny Lofton, Bo Jackson shit, climb the wall and snatch the fucking album. I'm fat now. I used to be skinny back then. You niggas know. But I'm just saying, as a right fielder, same difference. Right fielder is the strongest arm on the baseball field. Besides the catcher. If you know, you know. 3 in the morning shit.
Now, how many catchers, when that man is on third base,
pick him off?
Intentionally have the pitcher throw some bullshit so they can walk him so they won't be responsible for the man scoring and they can shift the blame. People be having these, you ever be in the stands yelling, hey, what the fuck is dude doing?
It's game.
Then you think about
strategy.
He is not trying to be the one.
The motherfucker coming up is this motherfucker on a slump. Of course we finna hey.
Just think the man that stole third and Barry Bonds is walking to the plate.
This nigga going to first.
Fuck that.
This motherfucker going to first base.
Yeah.
Fuck what the pitcher's talking about. As the catcher, you stand over here like
automatic
throw that shit
now they just do a sign and he just walked to first. Remember back in the day, you had to throw 4 times. He could mess around, step out, and slap that
as a catcher, you want people to forget that you didn't throw dude out going to third, so cool. Let's walk Barry and even talk about how the pitcher couldn't pitch his way out of the jam. Right now, nobody remembers
Not blaming me.
that you didn't do your part.
Hey, no, the third baseman, you didn't drop the tag. The point was on point, man. I had it.
Yeah.
I was one of them catchers. But
I think and this goes kind of like to mentality things, especially with sports and whatnot. You got to focus, right? You can't you can't let your emotions take over. Yes. And this goes even with like relationships or any kind of thing that you're dealing with in life. Period. I'm a firm believer. If two people are yelling, two people aren't listening. If one person's yelling, two people are not listening. So the persons that, like, if someone decides they want to, pop off at the mouth, start yelling at me, I'm just like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm the type that, because I like sunning people. I've always done that. It's been like that. But I do be like, let me just, something, fuck you. Yeah. Walk off. I say some shit at 3 of them. You know me. I'll crush a motherfucker's spirit. Right. When I'm there, I'm a Sagittarius. True Sagittarius. Don't piss us off. Yeah. But I get it because I be mother.
But nothing. Nothing gets accomplished, man. Yeah. Like in the end.
You just walk off.
Having the cooler collar, the person with the coolest collar always wins.
I tell a person now, I be trying like, you'll need me before I ever need you.
Right. Exactly.
I walk off in the sunset. Yeah. Remember that one movie when I think it was Samuel Jackson. Was it Shaft? He's like, you ain't a cop no more. He's like, does that make me less dangerous or more dangerous? Mm-hmm. That's me, nigga. Mm-hmm. That's me, motherfucker. Think about that shit.
Shout out to Jeffrey Wright who played Peoples.
That's
Joe Peoples. The best actors.
Yeah. He played Martin Luther King, Peoples, and Westwood. Yeah.
Truly talented.
He said, as I said, I don't have a badge. That make me less dangerous or more dangerous. Y'all better get that shit at 3 a.m.
Man, so what you got coming up? What's your next move over the next couple of months? What you got for the clothing line?
I'll be running some more clothing for One Kush. That's going to be coming out in the next month or so. All the data I got back from the females for Be Sexy Be Free, it's all been compiled. I'm already in contact with the clothing manufacturers and whatnot. So that's going to getting my main focus right now is Be Sexy Be Free. Mm-hmm. I want to have that ready to go by summer, so that way I can start getting these ladies these clothing and whatnot, and it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, I got a drink line that I'm holding off on right now.
What kind of drink?
No details, just results.
I can't.
Yeah, I need to trademark my shit. I need to
start trademarking stuff, man. Serious.
No details, just results.
I mean, what Paris Hilton trademark? That's high.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And made money on it.
Pat Riley.
Good old Paris.
Three-peat.
Yep.
Three-peat. That's right.
That's his shit.
Yeah. Made money.
Good old shout out to Pat Riley.
Yeah, what current events we got going on, man?
Well, rest in peace to Gucci Mane.
What?
Damn.
He's dead. Well, somebody was telling me, rest in peace. I got this. I'm like, rest in peace. I'm like, so Gucci Mane died after this? I'm like, I'm trying to get on Google. He's like, no, he dead to me. But I was like, Gucci Mane's 50. Probably been retired from the streets
forever.
25 solid years. Yeah. Married with kids. I know he talks that talk, and I know that he's made his living off that street shit, but how long do you have allegiance to the street shit? Mm-hmm. Was Gucci Mane supposed to go out to the car, pull out his gat, and bust back? Or was he supposed to go home to his family? What was he supposed to do? I know what the rules of the street say, but a lot of people who beholden to these rules to the street, what Too Short said, they want to call me hardcore, but I'm getting there walking on the marble floor.
Right.
Or like Marvin Hagler, the great Marvin Hagler said, it's hard to get up and do road work and do all that when you're in silk fucking pajamas.
That part, right.
Yeah. So was Gucci Mane supposed to get his hitters and go get back at the man, or was he supposed to go to the FBI? What was he supposed to do? I know, and I already know what the streets say he's supposed to do, but a lot of y'all ain't never touched that type of paper.
Right. We don't know that he went to the FBI. Mm-hmm. We don't know that.
I haven't followed that.
I saw the press conference.
Too much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the press conference.
And Pooh Shiesty was silly for wearing the ankle monitor. I mean, come on, man. You in the...
So here's the thing. You know me. I've been super busy the last couple of weeks, but I did see little clips of shit, and also I don't be giving a fuck about a lot of what these other motherfuckers be doing.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it in the buck with y'all. I don't follow a lot of what
That
the
should
fuck
be my
going
full
on.
entertainment.
I catch a glimpse of some shit because it's like you said, like the shit you was speaking on. What he do? Like he got this amount of money. He doing shit that really be me. I be out the loop on a lot of shit, and that don't mean I am a square. And you niggas will get that at 3 in the morning if you really know what a square is, but you don't. So understand it. Sharp on all four corners. AYB.
But here's the thing. Okay, peep this. In regards to Pooh Shiesty being silly, I have kind of dug his music since he first came out and checked out interviews with him.
Yeah.
When they told me he got arrested again, I wasn't like, what? I can't believe it.
Right.
Like if you tell me LaRussell got arrested, I'd be like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, no, that doesn't make
Arrested
no
what?
sense.
Oh, you held somebody at gunpoint? I'd be like,
Ain't
nigga,
no
is this
way.
a parody?
Right.
Is this some type of satire?
Ain't no way.
But, and sometimes people want you to, once you get money, you be successful, they want you to turn that gangster shit off. But the flip side, though, is a lot of these people, the fuel that gets them to where they need to go is that aggression, is that gangster shit. And just because the circumstances and the zip code changes, sometimes you're not able to fundamentally change who you are at your core. Like, for instance, I was around death row a little bit in the 90s, and people was like, when Suge ended up in jail and lost everything, people was like, he's a moron. But if he hadn't been Suge Knight, he wouldn't have never got there. So he couldn't suddenly get all this money in Rolls Royces and then go in and rearrange his DNA. What Jay-Z said, you can try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. So Pooh Shiesty fucking up is not a shock. In fact, I was watching the video with him and Lil Durk, who's probably gonna get life without possibility. And everyone's like, oh, these dudes are millionaires, this and that. Sometimes you is who you is. But in Gucci Mane's case, though, I know he's been basically retired, wife and kids. Pooh Shiesty literally just got out the pen. He still got a certain mentality. So, you know.
Unfortunately, like I said, I've only seen little bits and pieces on social media since I was tapped in a little bit and was like, the fuck is this shit?
Shit's hilarious, actually.
And unfortunately, this is like that repetitive cycle of we have a lot of talent. We have an immense amount of talent amongst our people, and whether it's, and once again, I don't know the full context of this shit, so my conversation may be ignorance, and just chalk it off as that. Don't chalk my shit as off word of law, but you can chalk it off on real shit because I'm speaking on the pattern.
Right.
But you can speak to human condition because you know people.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So we get in a position where we get allotted opportunity because we're talented, and we choose to, whether right or wrong, because like I said, I don't know the full details of this, so I don't want to speak directly to it. I'm speaking in a bubble. And I know how this social media, how all this stuff works now. Everybody takes some clickbait. Oh, he said do. No, everything I say is in context of the relativity of the situation. But we get places and we act a certain way, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. Once again, I don't know the full details. But we have to have some discernment when it comes to that because it puts us in a underhanded position, even if you feel fully right in the actions you're taking.
Yeah.
You might be, once again, I don't know. You might be justified.
Yeah.
You may not be justified.
Right.
In the bigger picture, you're probably not justified in the court of public opinion.
Right.
Because how you personally feel about stuff What did I say earlier about your feelings?
Put them in your back pocket.
Because nobody gives a fuck about your personal feelings.
No. They don't.
Whether right, wrong, or indifferent.
But when you in the, like, I laugh at Pooh Shiesty on one hand, but on the other hand, I understand. I have a brother who's right now sleeping on the sidewalk in the Tenderloin. Since the first time he went to juvenile at 14, he's 56 now. That's 42 years. This man has never not been either incarcerated, on probation, or parole. In fact, right now he's in violation of parole. So whenever they do pick him up, he's going back to the pen. And somebody might say he must be an idiot or he must be crazy. No, he's actually one of the smartest people I've met. But he's been on this path since he's a teenager. And when you are on these paths and you get really caught up in the street shit, it's like a hamster on one of those wheels. Yeah. Some of you guys literally, they never get out. Or they end up doing some 20, 30 year stretch, this and that. Like my other brother, you met him. Mm-hmm. He came home. He did 27 years. Yeah. He's a completely calm individual now, and this and that. He's into the church. But it took 27 fucking years. He went from a young man to an old man in prison, and now he's a model citizen. Yeah. My other brother he never got that 27-year stretch, so he'll get 5 or 6 years, get out, get called up, go do 2-3 years, get called up, this and that. But when you call on those wheels, so I look at Pooh Shiesty, who ain't been out of prison for 6 months. Yeah. He still got the prison mentality, so him getting called up. So I ain't mad at Pooh Shiesty. And I know grown men are responsible for themselves, but I'm mad at he had 9 dudes with him, including his father. Nobody said, "Nah, Pooh,
that's a bad idea.
Let's talk this out.
Pooh, you gonna get, they gonna send you back.
We got this."
Like, nobody.
And
like you got 8 dudes with you, and nobody said, "Hey, blood, this is a bad idea."
Right.
No, don't do this. You're going to get called up. Well, if you're so determined to get it done, you go home. We'll do it. I can't imagine having 8 friends who are willing to go do armed robbery with you. They that willing to ride with you, but nobody got enough sense to be like, "Hey, come on, dog. You gonna get called up."
Nobody want to betray.
They gonna give you. They gonna give you life.
Let me out.
Yeah, you would think that that
somebody gotta have some common sense,
some
right?
kind of common sense. And if they're supposed to be your friends, and the word "friend" is a very, very tricky word to have.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting because, like, you know, these same friends that you were running around doing this dirt with and whatnot. Mm-hmm. If they're willing to let you do that, and you are a meal ticket, that's not really a friend.
At the end
and
of the
and
day.
then even having his father there, sometimes you got his, and it's just a sad.
It's a double-edged sword.
Sad thing about you,
I can't imagine going on a lick with one of my sons.
Or that doesn't make no sense. And sometimes you have to cut off toxic family.
Never.
Regardless if it's your mom, regardless if it's your dad. It's just things you got to do.
Could you imagine your son telling me I'm finna ride on these fools, and you say, "Hold on, let me put my shoes on"?
No, I'm like, hey, we didn't
no,
because 9 times out of 10, we didn't have the conversation, and if you get to that point, it's probably already handled. But you don't have to. No, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I know you from where? Right. Elementary school?
Right. Right.
No. That's that 3 a.m. shit. Yeah. But
speaking of that, good news.
Yes.
I paid for a lawyer. They went. My nephew lost, but the lawyer filed an appeal, and my nephew won yesterday, and he will be released in a couple months.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Nice.
Salute.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Now, will he stay out is the question, because he did 18 years and then was only out 6 months.
Yeah.
And I stepped in, paid for the lawyer. He still got 8 more years, but then the lawyer filed an appeal, and they reduced it down to a 1-year violation, and he's at
Salute.
10 months in. So
Salute. Hey, and I will say, you know me, I keep it a buck. I hope the lesson, because it's not a loss, the lesson was learned. Math is math. The number will always be the number. The sum will always be the sum. Division is nothing but subtraction by assimilation.
So based on that, why do so many people hope and wish and even act as if the number ain't the number?
Because hopes, prayers, dreams, and I got this feeling. My palms is itching. No, motherfucker, wash your hands. I'm just keeping it real. The number,
y'all go make good decisions.
the number is the number, even when you don't agree with the number. The same like me in my professional position. I'll give you the answer.
Right.
I may not like the answer,
Right.
but it's the answer.
Right.
I don't have to like the answer,
Yeah.
but it's the answer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to deliver it to you because it's the answer. And if you ask me my personal opinion, I'd be like, nah, I don't like the answer.
Right.
But it's the fucking answer.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
No
It
matter
is
how
what
much
it
I hope and
is.
wish.
Yeah. There's, hey, what can you rather say? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Right.
You got to know your people. You got to know your strengths. You got to know your opponent's thoughts.
Yeah.
Too many people in society live in this whimsical world of I'm right.
Right.
Just because I think
Yeah.
my version of fair is law.
Or your version of reality
Right.
is reality, and it's not.
It's not. Don't get me wrong. It looks good,
Right.
but does it pass the red face test?
No.
It fucking doesn't. I don't have to like the answer.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking answer.
And you got to think of, the people you surround yourself with is really important, especially in this day and age with social media and all that. You look at
Or
someone.
just ungrateful motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Speaking at the door.
you look at even like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right?
Mm-hmm.
A
Surrounded
series
by
of bad decisions.
he didn't have to go surround himself by all them thugs. He didn't have to do it.
I
He
thought
sought
it was
them out.
I thought it was a case of, at first I thought maybe these was dudes he grew up with and now he owned.
No.
It's like, no, he went and
Sought
recruited
them
these
out.
dudes after he was an adult.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's another case of bad decisions where he's going back in and he's
Right.
going back in. And it's like, you gotta really watch the people around you, because not everybody around you is actually on your team.
If you have, and here's the thing, with discernment, righteousness, with everything, if you have a team of motherfuckers surrounding you that agree to everything you saying, and you don't question it,
Right.
even I could be an
What if you're the
ego-saurus
smartest
rex,
one in the room?
and you in the wrong fucking room.
Right.
Here's the thing. I could be a fucking Egosaurus Rex. And it's me. And everybody around me, yep, Sean, yep. If I don't somewhere, well, with my Jedi training, but if I don't somewhere be like, these motherfuckers just shining me on and shine me on.
Yeah.
There has to be something that says that. I don't give a fuck who you are. There has to be something. Everybody don't have the intelligence spectrum, but let's keep it real. If everybody agrees with you all the time, something is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
They're either complicit or they're too scared to tell you their opinion.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with the difference of an opinion.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because we're not all here to think exactly alike. Do you want to be a motherfucking Decepticon, or do you want to be a motherfucking Autobot?
Right.
Or do you want to be a motherfucking Jedi?
Some people just have that character flaw. Like, for instance, a lot of people arguably say Tupac is the greatest rapper. But when you really look at it, we don't know how great he really would have been because he left at 25. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I did know about the little bit that I didn't know him on a personal level is that every place Tupac went, he always sought out the worst dudes to run with. We was in New York, people like Haitian Jack, some of the cats that I know he ran with here in the town, in L.A., in different places. That was a terrible flaw that he had, that despite dude was supernaturally gifted at such a young age in wisdom, philosophy, all kinds of things. But the flaw that he had was he literally, the worse a character was, that's who he would end up hanging with.
Well, you got to look at this in more than one way, because I get what you're saying, because also when we really start to break down a person's purpose, let's go into purpose.
Right.
Because I can, and he said it, I may not be here to create this, but I'm going to spark the brain.
Right.
So my mission, even if I'm not aware of my mission fully, but according to everything we've seen and they've shown, bro was aware of his shit. I'm gonna go and sit in this room full of 50 million bad people.
Yeah.
Because it's 12,000 of them that's gonna get 12,000 of them need to hear what I gotta say, because they finna bring something that's gonna move this shit forward.
Yeah.
It's just like, I ain't gonna say that.
No, don't say that, man.
Okay.
We talking.
It's
man.
just
We got
like
the game right
it's
now.
just like they say. Remember, they make the joke. We need to go back to 1954 or whatever and find Donald Trump's parents and give his parents a condom.
Right.
Now, I'm speaking on some high vibrational conversation right now. The same shit a lot of you motherfuckers mad at Russell for saying, but let's keep it a buck. But the same context. The message is being delivered as sometimes shit has to happen for the outcome to be what it's supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
Damn, get that win.
3 a.m. Now, the Russell got to get over his ego. I was able to grasp his point.
Yeah.
But I understand there's a lot of
Everybody ain't ready for the real conversation. Let's keep it
But
real.
what's even worse than the idiots who didn't grasp what he's saying is people that I know are intelligent enough to grasp it and was on social media making these think pieces, and like, you could say he worded it poorly. You could say, I disagree. But to sit there and pretend like you didn't get what he was trying to say, that's disingenuous. I know what he's trying to say. I still thought he was idiotic for saying it, but I thought he was idiotic for saying it because you're going over the audience's head.
Well,
yeah.
And the thing, that's the double-edged sword of this. Certain things, you can't make a fucking omelet without breaking an eggshell.
True.
Jay told you, though, you got to double down and double your audience.
True that.
You got to dumb it down and double your audience. You got to dumb it down.
You do at some point, but then at the same time, you have to have real conversations. It's
Jay
like, hold on.
Electronica would
Just
never
like-
sell as many records as Drake.
Right. But here's the thing. Here's another conversation. A lot of y'all R. Shelleys is out there, but we don't talk about that. We keep it as, man, my babysitter was coming to, and we thought that is a badge of honor. So let's call that shit what it is. Real conversations.
Yeah.
Right is right. Wrong is wrong.
Societal
Let's
acceptance.
call shit what it is.
Like, for instance, right now, they're making a big deal out of, and I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but they're making a big deal out of Brandy. And Dude from Boys to Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I distinctly remember
Dudes
dudes coming up, full-grown dudes with beards like flies,
pulling
up
up
to the school
in high
to
school
fight
fighting
us
chicks.
Yeah.
over these
Yeah.
chicks.
Yeah.
Every chick
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
8th grade on that was somewhat bad had a 20-some-year-old dude
with a Mustang, a Cougar, a
couldn't even
Falcon, a box Chevy,
we all been in a situation where we tried to holler at the bad chick, and she be like, "Oh,
Apollo,"
and some dude pull up, he's sitting on gold ones, he got the beat slapping this and that. So, yes, a 22-year-old banging a 16-year-old is wrong.
Right.
A 22-year-old banging a 16-year-old in 1997, nobody would have even blinked an eye. That was some normal behavior.
Outrage.
So now people are acting mad, but I'm like, you gotta look at it in the context of the time. And I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Right. But a lot of that shit went on back in the days, and nobody really seemed to make a big deal.
What she said?
In fact, there's a lot of people who are born right now. If you check their birth certificate, their mother's age,
he's a good
and
man.
Their father's age.
Yeah.
But we gonna throw Pops out.
Savannah, he's a good man. Right. Savannah was cool.
Yeah, my grandfather was 24, and my grandmother was 16.
We had a couple at our school.
It was at our school.
That shit happened.
And I'm talking about. I'm 15. They 15. One was 14, and they was known for messing with cats that was older and out of the school. And I'm
21
in college.
Like, I never seen a girl wear the same pair of shoes. Never seen her wear the same clothes.
They was getting spoiled.
Ever. I'm talking about in high school, nails done, no gaps right
high
there.
School crushes.
You like, fuck.
Parents didn't have the money.
Like, how can I
work at McDonald's? I can't compete with this motherfucker.
Right.
I'm working at KFC.
I make four.
I can share
25 hours.
I'm like, I could share my
and look, I'm 16. I ain't supposed to work after 10 o'clock.
No.
There was a young lady I was in love with, and I was 15, and I tried to walk her to the bus stop. And as we was bus stop, dude pulled up. And he had the beat and everything, and she said, "He'll give you a ride." I had the car, and dude's whole conversation was, "Man, you got to get you some money in your pocket, youngster, and I'll make you one of my boys, and this and that." And the next day, he gave me 100 sack. Told him to bring me back 80. And you know what? And instead of having the principles to be like, "Oh, I'm not going to deal in drugs," I was thinking about this. Man, I'm going to get me a Cougar. I'm going to get me a Cougar and put some paint on it. And I was on my way. Yeah. But the thing is that it was commonplace with grown dudes with paper to be at women. So now, and of course you could say wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong. True. But I always say you got to look at the context of the time.
I understand that.
Wanye was wrong, but in 1997 and 1998, whenever this took place, it was par for the course. Jerry Seinfeld was 30-something and was showing up with
16, 17-year-old.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And nobody was like, "Hey, arrest that man."
Look at Elvis.
Nah.
Here's the thing. And
Hollywood actors.
And with us, and right, wrong, or indifferent, right, we hold people to a higher standard once we're offended. Past the... You made music that I did a lot of shit to.
Right.
Case in point. I've knocked down a lot of bitches to your music.
Right.
A lot. Intro. Motherfucker, we can have cocktail hour based on the... You know what I'm saying? But, motherfucker, you did some diabolical shit. But your music is... cognitive dissonance.
But did you look at it like this? Even in this conversation, we shifted to the dudes. Our Shellys will never be under the light.
Dude.
Every dude I know that knocked him an R. Shelley or got an R. Shelley is still holding as a badge of honor. I was 14, man, and old girl was 20, man. I was been pulling them.
Right.
We don't look at it like, "Oh my God, I was touched inappropriately."
I've accepted my response.
In fact, if you heard in my neighborhood when you heard that there was an older lady or something, old lady whoopty whoop, man, you actually find yourself walking in front of her house. Hoping she said, so as you sure have grown. So you
gonna take
and
my
we don't
garbage
look
out?
at it as if we were 14, 15 and a woman in her 20s or 30s took advantage of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
We thought it was
scarred by
player.
it. I'm not scarred by it.
We're victims. Let's keep it real. And that's that conversation that ego
Well, it's not fair.
doesn't allow us to have because the masses, the groups, the homies would be like, motherfucker, you man, suck it up. No, she did suck it up. That's why we here.
In fact, if you went told, you might get said. Somebody might say, "You fucked it off everybody."
Right.
And think about it, because emotional damage is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
How does it manifest itself, though?
It reinvents itself like the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Can you get all the colors to match? You probably can't.
Yeah, but no, our Shelleys though.
They real.
But our Shelleys though
Them bitches
are
out
never
there.
gonna be held to the same
Hell no.
stigma as dudes, because there's so many victims who don't look at it as they were victimized.
I saw a video, speaking of R. Shelley, I seen a video where it was a mom caught her 13-year-old son. It was a female in there, and she held to the police cane. And I forgot how old this woman was, but the mom was not having it. And she's like, my son 13, bitch, you in here fucking my son. And the lady like, did you take me off camera? You know how they be on it. But you wasn't worried about camera when you was trying to get that young dick.
My mom would have been mad as fuck at me as I helped old girl escape.
Hey, the son was sitting there like, Mom, you tripping, ooh, whatever. And I was like, and once again, because we once we get older, we understand. But I can relate to that young mentality of I got an older bitch.
Right.
I'm chilling. That because it was a badge, like you said, it was a badge of honor to the misguided, to the unknowing.
Yeah.
Ignorance does what ignorance does. It will do what you allow it to do.
Yeah.
And then we be in the state we in now. Because motherfuckers don't be having emotional intelligence to be able to break down what they want. But don't give never mind, I ain't gonna say that because then it'll be like I'm defending it. I'd be like, you learn the never mind. Hey, go study.
Go study.
Get that shit at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because these young bitches out there fucking the older dudes, and then they get mad and come back and want to fuck with you when you established and got 7 fingers.
Right.
You be like, nah,
Nope.
bitch. You didn't want me when I was at work, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr., Steak Escape. When I was,
I'm supposed to fuck with you because I'm up, but all dude had to do was have a Honda Civic.
If you ain't matching what I'm matching, it ain't hatching. No eggs.
So I gotta get to the bag and get rich to fuck with your broke ass.
If I gotta leave on my wallet, I can't call it.
That's a lot of females too. There's a lot of females in that.
You like me because of me, bitch, not because of who I be.
Right.
But ain't nothing wrong with leading with your wallet if you got a clear mind and you finna pump and dump.
Nah.
If you finna pump and dump.
Like a
Now if you lead with your wallet,
like a crypto stock.
if you
looking at
lead
love,
with your wallet and
looking
you
for
try to
love.
pull something, okay, you're an idiot. But if it's Saturday night and you popping a couple bottles and you talking that big money, then man, go do what you do, player.
Yeah, we ain't finna do that.
Go do what you do.
Conversation run the nation. Procrastination is a violation.
Yeah, that part.
Let's see, we got wrap it up.
Yeah. So, it's Friday. Matter of fact, it's first Friday, so there's a lot of shit going down. Tell everybody where they can find you at on social media.
You can find me at on Instagram at the One Kush, TikTok at one.kush, onekush.com. For Be Sexy Be Free, you can find me on Instagram, Be Sexy Be Free, TikTok, besexy.free, be free, sorry, and besexybefree.com. I wanted to give a special thanks to Derek over at Studio 6 in Berkeley for allowing me to have my clothing up there.
Salute. Get
Terry-
come out here one day.
Yeah, Terry up at the Tahoe Bakery, South Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
Both Brian and Ben at Sticker Farm for all my digital creations help. and Sean Kennedy.
SK,
Homeboy.
it's my guy.
He's going to be starting his new podcast, which is going to be a big podcast.
Let's do it.
E14 podcast.
Let's talk about it.
And then I wanted to give one special shout out to Bill Smith. He's a kind of a mentor of mine.
Okay.
I've been looking up to him for a very long time. He has Babs BMX, that is one of the top BMX teams in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of outreach, especially like at the juvenile halls and whatnot for young individuals, and he really helps a lot of
They
people.
need help. They need guidance.
So I wanted to give a shout out to him as well.
Salute. Definitely salute. If you reaching out to these youngsters, these troubled teens and tweens and older motherfuckers that's out there, hey, it takes a lot of effort, patience, and commitment to be in that field of work. So salute to anybody and everybody that's doing that. Any type of acts of service to people, man. I salute and respect that all day.
So you're right. And you can find me at Feral Films across the board, Instagram, Facebook, and all that.
And you can find me under Camouflage Rail on Instagram, Camouflage DJ, Camouflage Rail, KAMM, man. Y'all know where I'm at, man.
Always. Like I said, I want to salute, respect for coming through, chopping it up with us.
Appreciate it.
Continued success and blessings.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to connect, network or no work. You know me, I'm Deshaun. You can catch me at Cognac_Confessionals on Instagram, Cognac Confessionals on Facebook and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, share, spread it. Network or no work. But more importantly, you can always find me in your bitch dreams, because that's where I reside. But more importantly, you can find me in the bosom of the universe. That's where I call home. You'll get that at 3 in the morning. It's First Fridays, like I said before. Make sure y'all be safe. Don't do no dumb shit. Live, learn, laugh, love. Those are 4 L's. And if you put 4 L's, you can spell million and billion. Which one am I? You'll never know. Because I'm always wear a t-shirt to a wedding in the fall. But now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, catch y'all next week when we got the cast from Slim P's cast here. Deuces.